The Velthari Empire had conquered hundreds of worlds. They moved through the galaxy like a storm, leaving smoldering ruins in their wake. Their fleets were unstoppable, their ground troops unmatched, their technology centuries ahead of most species. When the Velthari set their sights on Earth, the galaxy braced for another swift annihilation. The Imperial invasion fleet arrived in the Sol system with a force meant to overwhelm resistance before it could form. 50 capital ships, 200 destroyers, and an escort of nearly 1,000 attack craft. Their orders were clear: breach Earth's orbital defenses, cripple its communications, and land shock troops in every major city. On the bridge of the Imperial flagship Sovereign Talon, Admiral Virith studied the blue-green sphere on the view screen. 1 week, he told his captains. Earth will kneel. He was wrong. The humans had seen them coming weeks in advance. Their deep space sensor nets had picked up the Velthari fleet the moment it jumped into the edge of the system. And instead of scrambling in panic, Earth's defense command simply prepared. On the day the Velthari reached attack range, the humans didn't launch ships to meet them. No fighter swarms, no desperate missile volleys. Instead, they let the Empire advance. The first sign something was wrong came when the Velthari comms lit up with interference. Secure channels flickered with static, navigation systems began returning false coordinates, and targeting sensors locked onto empty space. Virith barked orders. Compensate for the jamming. Push forward. The fleet obeyed until their forward destroyers simply vanished from sensors. Not destroyed, not even damaged. Gone. Then the real attack began. From the shadow of Jupiter's magnetosphere, dozens of human warships decloaked. They were smaller than the Velthari capital ships, but bristling with railguns and coil-mounted mass drivers. They opened fire in unison. Slug after hyper-accelerated slug tore through Velthari hulls like paper. Ships exploded in silent blossoms of flame, venting atmosphere and debris into the void. The Velthari tried to return fire, but every targeting solution came back scrambled. Human drones, so small they barely registered, swarmed through their formations, projecting false images, blinding sensors, and cutting comm relays. Virith's voice grew harsher. Regroup. Focus fire on there. He never finished. A human projectile slammed through the Sovereign Talon's shields, punching clean through the bridge. The humans weren't fighting fair. They didn't have to. From the lunar surface, more batteries came online, kinetic cannons embedded in the regolith, guided by targeting data that the Velthari couldn't jam. The invaders' ships died faster than they could react. Within minutes, the Velthari had lost a third of their fleet. By the 10th minute, the surviving ships were in full retreat. The humans didn't chase. They didn't need to. The final act came as the Velthari fled toward the system's edge. One by one, their drives went cold. Human killsats, automated hunter platforms seeded through the asteroid belt, fired precision EMP charges that left the retreating ships adrift. Earth's fleet moved in methodically, dismantling the survivors. Not a single Velthari vessel made it out. Hours later, across the galaxy, other species received the same shocking report. The Empire's greatest fleet had been erased before even entering Earth's atmosphere. In the Velthari capital, the Emperor listened to the last recorded transmission from Admiral Virith. Garbled, choked with static, but clear enough to hear the final words. They were waiting for us, and they knew everything we were going to do. The Emperor ordered an immediate halt to all operations in human space. Not out of mercy, but out of survival. For the first time in centuries, the Velthari had met an enemy who didn't just match them in technology, but outthought them in every move. And across the stars, one quiet, unspoken truth began to spread. If you bring war to Earth, you don't get a second chance.